Hi Pisces, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Pisces, it's for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So, pop these to the side. For your key to the week, and before we get into that, quick apologies. Your key, I know by this time last year and the year before, and actually the year before that, I had all of the year ahead stuff up and out there, and it was, doing its thing. And I apologise this year, with health issues and God knows what else. I just haven't had it in me to get them out so quickly. So I apologise. I promise you they will be coming out soon, and I think you are going to love them. All right. For that, with that said, boom, you got the Sun card. Love this, right? So remember with the Sun card, it does shed light, right? It enhances your blessings, and it enhances your blessings, and it diminishes your challenges, right? So if there are challenges or issues that arise this week, excuse me, all right, they're going to pass quickly. And remember, sometimes when the Sun card is the key to the week, it just says that you're going to have an easier week of it, right? So maybe no big piles of money are going to fall from the sky. Jason Momoa knocks on the front door, asking to borrow some sugar and a towel. I mean, wait, no, just me. Okay, cool. So, maybe it's not those big things, but, I think at this point, everybody is happy for just an easier week, right? But look at this, right? You've got the Ten of Pentacles with the Sun card. This is some very good news about a financial or a home matter. When it comes to your physical home, right? The place that you live in. This could be some really good news about that. It could be, maybe your landlord says, look, I'm not going to put the rent up. Listen, it's not a reduction, but that's a blessing, right? Right now for everybody. It could also be for, I'm going to say as well, Pisces, this week play the lottery. Buy a ticket, right? Put your hat in the universal ring. This is the week to do it. Now, in terms of your actions, you've got the Ten of Pentacles, which means whatever you're doing when it comes to your finances, your money, and your resources this week, it's absolutely blessed, right? I love this for you. I think it's a wonderful combination, and it does speak to some kind of financial blessing. So there's me saying like, oh, money's not just going to rain from the sky, and the cards are like, really, Raph? We beg to differ. Hold my beer. For your, in terms of the options that are available to you, these are likely to be things that find you. You won't have to look for them, right? They're likely to be things that come to you almost directly to home. When it comes to your communications and conversations, you've got the Seven of Wands. Some of the opportunities that arise for you this week, though, you will have to fight for, right? It's not going to be, they won't just drop in your lap. It's almost like when they find you or when the opportunities show up or arise, you'll have to do something with them. You'll have to be an active participant, right? So, perfect example. If Jason knocks on the door in his tower asking to borrow some sugar, you need to get up off the couch and answer the door, right? For the Sorry, I can't help myself. Objectifying someone in such a manner, it's disgusting. Uh, for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, if there's some sort of funding or finances or money that you've been promised that has either been on hold up or it's been like, sometimes they do that last minute thing where it's like, oh no, sorry, we can't give you the funding. This week, if you're prepared to fight for it, you could actually get the money that you've been promised. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, if you're willing to demonstrate a certain level of skill and actually a certain level of grit, you could have some really wonderful results this week. What I like most about this for you is it does suggest that you are fighting to get something that feels almost like, when you say to yourself, like, actually, I think this is the, like, this is like, this is how I see myself progressing, right? So your boss could, maybe you put out an inquiry to say, like, what's it going to take for me to get promoted or to get a pay rise, etc. Maybe this week they come back to you and say, look, you know what? Yeah, you're in a good place to get this. Are you interested in it? And this is what it looks like for you. So I love this, right? I actually think this could be great. But again, 7 of Wands, you've got to fight for it. It's not just going to be handed to you. When it comes to those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, give yourself more credit, right? This is a week for you to shout from the rooftops. This is what's so great about me and my business. This is how I help people better than anybody else. Like, this week, you've got to blow your own trumpet and you have to be visible. You got to be prepared to fight for your stake in whatever it is that you do. And then for those of you that are retired and no longer working for any reason, this, I actually think, for a lot of you is it might be a fight that you're having internally to say to yourself, look, I don't actually need to go back to work, but if I did, my life would be very, very comfortable. It's up to you, right? Maybe you're enjoying the time that you have just to chill and relax. But on the other side of this, if you are prepared to do something that maybe kind of has you having to fight for yourself a little bit more, or present yourself in a certain way, or even kind of be more self-directed, the results and the rewards could be phenomenal. Okay, so for your love and relations, you've got the 6 of Pentacles. Now, for those of you that are single, especially those of you that have been single for a long time, I think you are going to rethink that. And I think this week, a lot of you are going to say to yourselves, like, actually, you know what? I feel like I might be ready for love. I feel like I might be ready for, even if it's just some kind of companionship, not necessarily, like a whirlwind romance or whatever. Hands off, yeah, Jason's mine. Sorry, you guys, I'm always like this in my videos. I like to crack jokes. I like to go on tangents and tell stories and all the rest of it, rather than just, sit there and kind of, that's not me. It's just not. Okay, now, for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this I actually think is some very good financial news that's coming into the home for both you and a partner. And it could be wonderful. For those of you in general, in terms of Pisces people, if you're waiting for payouts, etc., this is the week where things will come good, all right? And then finally, when it comes to your money and materials, you've got the 5 of Wands. So the 5 and the 7 of Wands are both, like, this is a conflict card. This is a challenge card, right? And so this week, when it comes to the finances, money looks good. But there's almost something here where it's like, when they say, like, you got to take the rough with the smooth, there's kind of an element to this. I'm going to say this to you: when it comes to finances, don't get into it with anybody. Doesn't matter who they are, whether they're inner sanctum, whether it's, a colleague, a friend, a partner, a loved one, a sibling, an in-law, like, whatever the case is, just don't do it. All right, don't get into it. Just let it be water off a duck's. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is your heart, your back, and your spine. Look after those elements of yourself this week. And you know what's really interesting about this? You've got the 10 of Pentacles, Earth, 6 of Pentacles, Earth, the 5 of Wands, Fire, and the 7 of Wands, Fire. Earth and fire bring my desire. What do you want this week? Especially when it comes to your money and your health. This is a week to get really clear on those things and then stake your claim. Be prepared to fight for them. And then when it comes to your home and environment, again, I think this is some really good news that's coming to the home. You may have to fight for it. You might have to demonstrate that you're interested. You might have to do something to seal the deal, as it were. But either which way, I actually think this could be a really great week for you guys. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up, and I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Take care, and I'll see you soon.